Hello, everyone. I'm hoping. I'm actually legitimately hoping that we can have a decent stream today. I'm legitimately hoping that we can have a decent stream today. But there's no guarantee, honestly. This is gonna be like, this is gonna get me if we start having similar issues to what we had yesterday. I'm telling you, I can't. If we're gonna have like issues like we did yesterday, I might actually legitimately lose it. But we'll find out. I am hoping for the best. I've reset the router. There was like this mesh thing that they had connected, and I disconnected that. I did a couple of different things, and like I said, hopefully the things that we did, um, hopefully the things that we did fix the issue. Like I think this is one of the most important things to me when traveling is ensuring that there's a good Wi-Fi connection, right? I mean, that's super important, of course, because I want to make sure that we always have the ability to stream. And it's nothing more frustrating than knowing, like, how do you go through the process? It's like it's such a process to set everything up, set the equipment up, such a process to make sure that you travel with like everything needed in order to actually be able to do the things that you want to do, which include the live stream. And then you run into an issue of like Wi-Fi. That's frustrating. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here. If you don't mind, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. We are looking for some debates. If you don't mind, go ahead and share the live, to your stories and your FYP. If you don't mind, please, please, please. We are going to go ahead and get it started here. Tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to the little 1 cent gift goal. Right now, it's the pink heart puffs. If we can knock those out a couple of times, that'll help boost the live as well. If you're over on the YouTube, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button for me. That will push us out to the FYP. Let's get YouTube vertical in here, and then we can go ahead and get things started. Oh, guys, when you send your daily heart me and you comment and you do all the stuff, make sure that you actually go back and collect your coins. All right, that's really important. That's really, really important. Super duper important. Hey, is there any mods that can head over to YouTube vertical? I'm starting it right now. I want to make sure that there's no echo. It shouldn't be, but I do want to make sure that there's no echo. All right, I think we are G to G. We're live everywhere. So again, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. He said, yeah. Tap the screen. Let's see, send my heart me. Boop, boop, boop. And all right. All right, guys. We're gonna get started here. We're gonna hit this intro. Remember, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. With that being said, let's go.
Yeah, funny how it changed now. Same people that laughed at clips, studying the clips now. Everybody got opinions till the facts land. Everybody loud till they gotta take a stand. Every stream feel like somebody betting they pride. I seen fake scholars fold in real time. Now they screenshot takes, run around and remix it, and pull up thinking somehow they can fix it. Nah, you stepped in the wrong room, donut. This ain't rage bait, this pressure. Patriarchy, race, class, labor, healthcare. I don't do surface level, I peel layers. And every time they think they got me cornered, numbers go higher. Chat flyer, mods working, crowd waiting. Somebody finna get cooked tonight. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. You talk big till the facts come out. Slap nuts, sit down. Oh. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. Got the whole chat screaming when the logic break down. Yeah. Welcome to the ring now. You ain't built for this smoke. Y'all slap nuts, ain't got milk for these oats. Donuts, so pipe down. Yeah, you might drown. You don't want war with the king right now. I don't debate for applause, I debate for the record. Every false claim get dissected and severed. You rehearsed outrage, I studied the structure. Difference between noise and somebody with substance. You quote tweets, I quote policy. You want moments, I want honesty. You want ego boost and virality. I want mutual aid and stronger communities. That's the difference between you and me. See the problem? Different type timing. You came for clips, I came for alignment. Capital this, socialism that. Half these dudes can't define what they yelling in caps. Talking about free market.
This is so fucking frustrating. This is like fucking insanely frustrating. This is fucking insanely frustrating. It's just a bunch of bullshit. I'm gonna end the live. I'm gonna end the live. I am going to I'm gonna end the live, and I'm going to get in touch with the owner from the Airbnb, and they need to fix this shit now, or I'm just gonna have to like find another Airbnb because this shit is unacceptable. This is fucking insane. This is so fucking insane. Gonna end the live right here, guys. I'm gonna call the Airbnb, tell them that the Wi-Fi is still shit, and someone needs to come out and fix the shit right now. Yeah, it's working now, but it feels like it's gonna happen again. Watch. Let's see.
Yeah, funny how it changed now. Same people that laughed at clips, studying the clips now. Everybody got opinions till the facts land. Everybody loud till they gotta take a stand. Every stream feel like somebody betting they pride. I seen fake scholars fold in real time. Now they screenshot takes, run around and remix it, and pull up thinking somehow they can fix it. Nah, you stepped in the wrong room, donut. This ain't rage bait, this pressure. Patriarchy, race, class, labor, healthcare. I don't do surface level, I peel layers. And every time they think they got me cornered, numbers go higher. Chat flyer, mods working, crowd waiting. Somebody finna get cooked tonight. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. You talk big till the facts come out. Slap nuts, sit down. Oh. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. Got the whole chat screaming when the logic break down. Yeah. Welcome to the ring now. You ain't built for this smoke. Y'all slap nuts, ain't got milk for these oats. Donuts, so pipe down. Yeah. You might drown. You don't want war with the king right now. I don't debate for applause, I debate for the record. Every false claim get dissected and severed. You rehearsed outrage, I studied the structure. Difference between noise and somebody with substance. You quote tweets, I quote policy. You want moments, I want honesty. You want ego boosts and virality. I want mutual aid and stronger communities. That's the difference between you and me. See the problem? Different type timing. You came for clips, I came for alignment. Capital this, socialism that. Half these dudes can't define what they yelling in caps. Talking about free market while wages collapse. I watch your pivot arrive, I make it visible live. But this ain't never gonna be a place where evidence dies. You came all the way to be Santana for internet rep, while the whole chat waiting to see who got checked. Next, welcome to the ring now. Yeah. You talk big till the facts come out. Slap nuts, sit down. Oh. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. Got the whole chat screaming when the logic break down. Yeah. Welcome to the ring now. You ain't built for this smoke. Y'all slap nuts, ain't got milk for these oats. Donuts, so pipe down. Pipe down. You might drown. You don't want war with the king right now. Yeah. Welcome to Sparring with Santana. Bring your sources or bring excuses, whatever. Doesn't really matter either way. You're about to get cooked. You should know who I am by now. What?
Guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana. Let's see if we can hold an actual debate. We'll see. We'll see. Let's move this forward, and you know, I will see how long it goes. I'll see how long it goes. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. We are here to do some unpacking. I know that there were many people in the request before, and a lot of the people actually left because I was saying that I was going to reset, and like, I don't know, it's holding at the minute. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Also, if you don't mind, can you share the live to your stories and your FYP? If you share it to your stories and your FYP, that will help boost the live even more, guys, again, please remember, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Hello.
Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yeah.
Yes, Trump supporter, yes, disagree, or a combination?
It's a combination, basically.
Okay. What do you disagree, or would you like to tell me why today, August the 24th, 2026, you still support Donald Jimothy Trump, or do you want to tell, is there something specific on the background that you like to start with?
I would like to start with why I support Trump. To be honest with you, I do realize that he's a bad guy. Like, his character is not that good. I certainly don't support him on everything he does. And I do sometimes agree with the Democrats. Well, like, I'm in this place where I don't know if I'm right or the others are right. Like, but I mainly support him on abortion, is what I'm gonna say.
Okay. So what do you mean support him on abortion?
Because to be honest, for my moral view, I think that abortion is wrong, and that's why I think that people have to have the choice, but like at the same time, I feel like it's wrong and people should not do it because at the end of it, it's like a human being.
Okay. That's a couple of different questions. First and foremost, you said that it's a human being. It's a human being by what measures?
It's like it's in the process of being a human, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it is in the process of developing and becoming a human, but like to what ends? I mean, like, are you saying that based off of your religious beliefs, based off of like the United States Constitution? What are you referring to?
I will say my religious views, to be honest.
Are you a Christian?
No.
Okay, what's your religion?
Uh, I follow, it's a religion, it's not really that famous, but like I don't want to say it because I don't want to like get attacked or something. But in my religion, it's like abortion is wrong because like it's a human being, and it's kind of have the same view as Christianity. I'm gonna say.
I was gonna say, I mean, like, I don't understand how we can talk about this if you're unwilling to actually share what your actual religion is. I mean, that's a little bit tougher. I mean, especially if I'm trying to understand the perspective that you're coming from, and then also address like the overarching issue. So, um, like you saying
K-
that you don't want to say your religion, that's a little bit tough.
Um. Okay. Can I give you like a reasoning why I think abortion is wrong beside of my religion?
I mean, sure, that's what I was saying. I mean, based off of what though? Like, is it a human? Because you said that it's a human, and I'm saying based off of what's telling you that that it's an actual human.
Because in my religion we believe that like God know you before you're even born, and like if that's the case, so if he knows the person before being born,
What
if he's like
religion
in
though?
if
I
the
mean, like again, you keep saying in your religion, but I don't know what religion this is.
it's just I'm very afraid of saying the religion out loud because okay, we can just can we leave the religion out of it? Let's say a moral view. I can say that.
I mean, but so morals are subjective. I don't think like morality should deem um, w- whether or not someone has the right to bodily autonomy. I mean, what's your moral framework? Are you? It sounds like you may be. You might subscribe to divine command theory.
Uh, See, what I'm gonna say is I feel like abortion is wrong in certain cases where like if you just had like maybe unprotected sex and like then you had like you're pregnant, I feel like it's wrong in that case.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but that's just you like imposing your thoughts on other people. And so, like, what's the difference between you and what you think is wrong versus me and what I think is wrong, right? Like, who's to say who's actually right if the only thing that we're talking about is our own subjective morality?
I do get you, but like I don't know, I feel like this is the only reason I really do support Trump at because any other thing, I feel like he's doing a really bad job.
There's been more abortions since Donald Trump actually brought in the Supreme Court justices to overturn Roe v. Wade. Prior to the overturning of Roe v. Wade, the actual abortion rate had declined. It had been declining for the last 30 years. Donald Trump specifically appointed 3 Supreme Court justices who said they would not touch Roe. And as soon as they got the opportunity, they overturned Roe v. Wade. And since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, the abortion rate per 100,000 has increased from 14.1 to over 16. Donald Trump and the Republican Party has caused more abortions and reversed the trend as far as decreasing abortions within the United States. So, if you actually cared about abortions and you cared about people or women and rights to bodily autonomy, then you wouldn't be supporting Donald Trump and what they did because, again, they've caused more abortion. They reversed the trend of abortions decreasing.
Okay, I did not know that. Can you like give me a source and somewhere I can look this up?
Yeah.
Because I genuinely did not know that.
Sure. Give me a moment. You can go to PubMed. It's listed on the National Library of Medicine. It's titled "Abortion Before and After Roe." The PMID is 2381123.
Okay, just give me a second. Um,
Oh wait, no, hold on. This is not the one I wanted to give you. This one's outdated.
um,
Actually, let's take a look at Gutenmacher. Gutenmacher. The title is "Despite Bans, Number of Abortions in the United States Increased in 2023." This is from 2024, and it shows the actual trend of abortions ticking up after the overturning of Roe. So you can check out that one. There's also like multiple other studies, articles. I know it looks like KFF just did one last month. They did a deep dive into it as well, but like it's readily available information.
okay, I do see it now, and just just give me like even more reason to not support him. To be honest, is because I generally don't want to seem. Keep reading the comments saying like, "Oh, you're a woman and you don't even support abortion." It's I do understand people should have the choice, but now you gave me like the reason like Donald Trump is not even doing the thing that like I support.
Well, I think the better question you should have for yourself is, why are you willing to accept just like abortion, banning abortions? And I don't say that in the sense of like, oh, the Democrats, they should have banned abortions or whatever. Why aren't you advocating for the actual, or why not support the people that are at least somewhat advocating for pro quote unquote life legislation? The Republican Party and Donald Trump have not only destroyed the United States economy, but they've done things like cost over 17 million Americans access to health care while driving up healthcare for more people. They've reduced access to food subsidies. They've cut funding for a multitude of things like cancer research, environmental protections. They've removed like regulations on water, air, like all these other things. Even the child credit, which, like Trump is trying to say like, oh, that's such a good thing. Like Kamala Harris was advocating for a higher child tax credit than Donald Trump implemented. So the big issue that I'm trying to hammer home is, if you take a look at like all the things that you would want in order to like achieve a an actual better situation to have kids, even the housing market, right? If you wanted to actually entice people by ensuring people can get homes, Donald Trump is like not doing a good job with that either. So like everything
Okay.
that you are saying that, oh, or the fact that you're focusing on human life. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to turn off the camera just for a moment so it'll refocus. But like the premise behind human life, you supporting Donald Trump is taking away from what you say you believe in. So
Yeah, I do get you. And by the way, I just want to let you know, like, I don't support him. Like, what happened?
sorry. I think it may be because I cut the camera off and cut it back on. It lagged out for a second. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Is everything okay? Should I continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I was, I'm really, I'm not like a hardcore MAGA or something. Like I don't really consider myself as MAGA, but I do, like as I told you, like I do support him on like one thing, and I wanted to get more educated on it from your perspective, and I also want to ask you if you can give me more information about his like case with Eugene Carroll, the woman that he allegedly raped. And the thing is, I would never support a rapist. I would never support a sexual predator or in any kind of form, let alone the presidency. So if you can give me like reasons or like some evidence from the case, because to be honest, I always heard about it, but never like had the time to look into the case. So if you can give me evidence on if he actually did that, I would generally stop supporting him because I would never support a rapist.
Well, I mean, I think the bigger question should be, like, why haven't you taken a look into this yourself? You said you haven't looked it up, but I mean, my question would be why.
Yeah, because to be honest, because no, no, because you'll be searching about one thing and there's all this stuff popping up. Some of them are fake, some of them are not. So you don't really know what's true and what's not. And I only heard about it like recently while I was watching another stream, and I was not able to continue the stream because of the like. To be honest, because rape is like a sensitive topic to me. I was a victim. Um, of sexual assault, and I do not condone this kind of behavior in any kind of shape or form. Sorry if I'm like shaky or my
No, you're
voice,
fine.
but like I generally do not support this behavior in any kind of shape or form. And it's, and the reason why I support Trump is not only because of the abortion, it's also my family is like kind of, it's like a generational thing. Like my family always supported Trump, and like it's kind of passed down on us, the kids.
Like slavery.
So yeah, kind of basically. So if I did not even have the chance to choose who I vote to, I'm 19, and I did not vote yet. I did not have the chance to vote last. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say is like if he was actually uh, guilty about what he did to that woman, I would generally not support him, even if I will have to like be secretive about it in front of my family.
I think that understanding that just because your family supports someone doesn't mean that you have to support someone. Like you are your own autonomous being. Um, you know, like your family doesn't dictate you and your life once you become an adult. I know it's as until you're 18 years old, they are running every aspect of your life. But then once you get to a certain point where you have like complete access and control of yourself, you have to start making your own decisions and being accountable for your own decisions, right? And so if you actually are sitting here saying that you still support Donald Trump just because your family supports Donald Trump, then like that's a flaw in the sense of you not taking control of your life. So I mean, you should take a step back. If you support him for your own reasons, then okay, we could talk about it. But you supporting him just because your family supports him, I don't think that's a good enough reason to support him. And even more so, Donald Trump was found liable for raping Eugene Carroll, and he fought it. He appealed. He fought it multiple times. He tried to take it to the Supreme Court. They denied it, and they've recently uh, forced Donald Trump to actually pay Eugene Carroll. So, like the whole premise, as far as whether he did or did not rape Eugene Carroll, the only reason people say, well, it was a civil case and all this other bullshit. I don't care about that. If you really want to know who Donald Trump is, you should look into the fact that his ex-wife, when filing for divorce, his first one, when filing for divorce, put in their divorce decree, which is like the court documentation, like giving everything that happened, the reasons, the split for the like the assets and all this other stuff. Anyway, she put in a divorce decree that he raped her. Um, he pulled out pieces of her hair, and then the next day he came back to her and asked her if it hurt. So, like, everyone wants to dispute whether or not he raped E. Jean Carroll. He did, but even more so, like, just go take a look at what he did to his ex-wife.
Okay, that was a lot to take in at one time. To be honest with you, I've never liked him, but
You don't have to
I think I
support
was,
him. Like,
yeah,
like your family doesn't dictate who you are, and even more than that, like, you, no one gets to go vote with you. So, like, they can say you need to support him or vote for him, but that doesn't mean that you have to support or vote for Republicans. Like that, you don't have to do those things.
I know, and the thing is like really like making me like want to throw up right now is like how my family support him. If he was a rapist, I mean, they know what happened to me, and I just don't understand
It's
how.
it's not about it's not about like them and you. I'm sorry, it's not about you and them. It's about cognitive dissonance. There's been studies that have already been completed on like I'm sorry, on Trump supporters, and the amount of like cognitive dissonance that they actually exhibit, and even more so, like with dealing with the reactions of people introducing reality into Trump supporters as far as like the things that he's done and da 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 da, and they deal with Darvo, right? And then after like no longer dealing with Darvo, they enter an amygdala response, which is a fight or flight response. The actual sector of their brain is the it starts the trigger, and it actually causes them to either run or adjust. I'm sorry, not Alex. Austin Will X. If you have a problem with anything that I'm saying, hit that request. You can't hide over in the YouTube comment section. I don't give a fuck about you crying. So, boom. Now you don't get to say shit else at all. Either you go ahead and hit that request and come up here and debate me, or you just cry into your coffee. Sorry, I apologize.
I don't know, you're okay. I will look into it, and I think you generally gave me more reason not to support him, and I keep like reading a lot of like comments in the chats. I generally try to not be like a robot, as you guys say. Like I'm just following whatever my family is telling me to, but like it's kind of hard when you have like strict, unlistening parents like I do, and that's why I joined the stream because I want to educate my own self, and I don't want to like stay in this bubble where they're like taking control over my life and my beliefs and my opinions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think a lot of people fall into those pitfalls. I understand that. All right. I mean, family is very, very important to a lot of people. What's your nationality?
I'm
Actually,
not.
can you give me 1 second? I'm sorry, 1 second. Everybody, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, I heard a strange sound and I had to go make sure that there were no issues. Um, but yeah, I was saying, what's your, excuse me, what's your nationality?
I'm American, but my parents aren't. So
Oh,
they're
I'm sorry,
immigrants,
that's what I meant.
basically.
Your family's nationality. Where are they from?
They're from the Middle East.
They're from the Middle East. Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell because, again, a lot of foreigners as well have such a hierarchical. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so uh, Drewbert, you've been muted in the sorry, in the YouTube chat. Get up here, you clown. Yeah, the biggest thing that I want to make sure you understand is just because your family or your parents support someone does not mean that you have to. You have to make the decision for yourself because that's part of being an adult. And if you're going to actually be an adult, then you have to take responsibility for your own actions. So saying that I did this because my parents wanted me to, or my family does this, after you officially become an adult, you can't use that excuse. That's not a viable excuse anymore.
No, I do understand that it's not like the right, does not give me the right to have excuses on what I support, especially that I genuinely believe that he's not really that good of a guy. And with you giving me all this information, I needed, because like abortion is very like, it's serious for me, and along with like him being civilly liable for like raping a woman, I would never support someone like that. And you gave me an opportunity to search more about it. And I do respect what you do. I'm not like, I don't want to seem like an asshole or a jerk. I do respect you what you do, and also your friends. I've watched several streams from like Dean and Parker and any like more, and I never had the chance to like join any of them because I was terrified and nervous. But thank you, and
Yeah.
I will look up to it. And I surely don't think that my vote for the next time or the midterms will be for the Republicans, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because I do have a lot of things that I don't really agree on that align with the Republicans.
Yeah, I would definitely do that, and especially, I mean, like I said, you have to make what decision is best for you, and so you want to focus on that. But all right, well, thank you for coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down.
Thank you.
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you don't mind, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. If you want to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. W's in the chat for Marie for the $3.33 donation. Marie, welcome. I haven't seen you in forever. Don't let them get to you, especially not in first block. Not in first block. W's in the chat for Fasheed for the $1.20 donation. Yeah, I saw that. I saw it. Like him, Donald Trump and his traveling circus is super interesting, especially being in South Carolina. W's in the chat for Danella for the $1 donation. Yeah, no, I understand that. And certain people try to take that position and like lean on religious beliefs and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, like there's no actual reason to support Donald Trump. Like there's no one can give me an actual viable reason outside of their feelings or just like being hateful. That was in the chat for Emran for the $5 donation saying we don't check our strange sounds. Yeah, I mean, normally I wouldn't, but I'm the only one here. And you know, got to keep streaming. So I just had to see if the sounds were something. W's in the chat for Skew for the $1.99 super chat. Who are the people seated at the table behind? And there's no one sitting at the table behind me. There better not be no fucking body sitting at the table behind me. Anyway, W's in the chat for all the donos. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates, guys. We had a couple of issues to the start of the stream, so it seems like we are getting some type of slow push. It's like It's so much to it. Yeah. We weren't investigating, Kay. I'm just saying, like, it was a sound. We've had a bit of a slow start to the stream, so I need everyone locked in and doing all the things. Tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me, send the heart puffs. Let's knock the heart puffs out. That'll help boost the live, push us out to the FYP. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. Honey, are you a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background? Honey V, are you a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background?
Oh, Santana, I hit it by accident.
No worries, I'll drop you down. Thank you. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
No, but I had a quick question for you regarding everything going on with Black people from trees. I'm so sorry. This is the only way that I was able to reach you. I've been connected to you through Dean and Parker. This is the only way that I could reach you. I'm so sorry.
What's your question?
So I have been trying to raise awareness about everything going on, especially with Gary, Indiana, and I don't know what I can say on here and what I can't.
Black
and I
people
don't know
being
what
hung
you...
from trees throughout the
Yes.
country and persistently and consistently speaking, especially in North Carolina, multiple Black people in North Carolina, and 3 of the 4 have been ruled suicides, and the 4th one is still open. It's I mean, they're killing Black people, and they're killing Black people, and no one is saying any or doing anything because people don't care about Black and brown bodies. And even more so, there's so much more to this entire shit. Like, everything's on fire. And so that's why they are doing this, and they feel like it can go under the radar. I mean, what's happening in Gary, Indiana, though, speaks to environmental racism, right? I mean, the large majority of people being Black in Gary, Indiana, and then the fact that they're not sending any assistance. I think they said that like, they've been without power in Gary for like over a week or so, and they're saying that they hope to get it back on within the next couple of days. So it's so much to it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wanted to speak with someone. Thank you. I'm so sorry for not respecting boundaries. I just wanted to raise some kind of awareness, but thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good one. You know, there's a lot of people that's been trying to draw attention to what's happening. And I have a lot of thoughts, and I haven't been on for the last couple of days because, again, I've been traveling, and then I've been having issues with everything as far as like the whole system. And so, like, it's been a shit show, but I got a lot to say about a lot. W's in the chat for Doreen for the $1 donation. Doreen, thank you for the one. I'm sorry to hear that. I know things are definitely tough. I hope everything gets better quickly. I'm really sorry to hear that, but thank you so much for the one. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Can you help on Marvel Rivals? No.
Only
No
request
Rivals.
up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. What the fuck just... Why did it do that? 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 Is it not charging? What the fuck is happening? Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. How are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yes and yes.
Okay. Would you like to tell me why today, today, August 24th, 2026, you still support Donald Trump? Or is there something specific on the background that you would like to start with?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about capitalism doesn't work. I kind of don't understand where you're coming from, because the means of production being owned by private citizens and the means to generate capital is the whole point of capitalism, and that works fine. It's especially working for you. I assume you make money off of these TikToks and Jubilee appearances. So I don't understand how that's not working for you.
Do you want me to
Or
tell you, or
anybody.
do you want to just keep making asinine guesses?
Yeah, I'm not making a guess. I'm telling you something that's true. It's facts, but you can definitely disagree with me. Tell me why.
I don't really care about disagreeing with you. I care about either you giving me your actual argument, because what you said wasn't an argument, or I can explain to you my stance, and then you can go from there. I
So
don't care which one.
yeah, here goes the argument. If something is created for a purpose and that purpose is fulfilled, it works. Capitalism's purpose is to generate capital and own means of production. That is something that's occurring. Therefore, it does work. It disagrees with your prompt. That's my argument.
Yeah. GG. Are you done?
Yeah. How does that?
The
Yeah.
end of the debate.
What do you mean? You're just being disingenuous. You're not engaging with what I'm
not
saying.
being disingenuous. Any like what you're saying had. Fuck it.
So what do you mean by it doesn't work? That's why I'm asking to elaborate.
How about we start there? Would you
Yeah.
let's start there, because you're debating something that I'm not saying.
Okay. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that capitalism does not work in the sense of being beneficial for the whole of Americans. That's why the background says America. We have to unpack. So understanding that capitalism is not something that has benefited everyone. That's why we see such large discrepancies. The United States of America has the largest GDP on earth, and also the United States of America is the wealthiest place on earth, but at the same time, we have the largest wealth gap. The poverty level continues to increase. The actual CPI is outpacing CPI is outpacing the medium. The medium wage income. Medium wages. And most, like over 60 some odd % of Americans are only a $400 unexpected expense away from abject poverty. So if capitalism actually worked, it wouldn't cause so many discrepancies within the everyday Americans' lives, where people can't even afford to survive.
I gotcha. Okay, so for one, this is not the whole of what I'm responding to, so don't get up in arms. I want to reiterate what I said. If the purpose of something is fulfilled, it works. The purpose is not to protect every single individual from abject poverty. So it clearly does work under what the reason for capitalism being implemented is. So I want to ask you, are you judging it based on equality of outcome or equality of opportunity?
I've already told you what I was judging it on. I gave you a whole rundown as far as how I'm determining
it seems like,
it doesn't
okay,
work.
all
Can you
right.
please engage with the things that I said?
So I'll just give you my response to what I'm thinking you're saying. I think that what you're saying,
to what I said, not you making stuff
I think
up.
what you're saying without saying these exact words, what you're alluding to is that you're judging it based off equality of outcome. So there are people who have various, and I judge everything case by case. There are various different groups of people and individuals that are poor because of their own decision making. That is unfortunately very poor. There are other people who are disproportionately affected by things that are just outside of their, decision making, outside of their abilities to control certain things. And that's very fair to talk about. And I think that's a separate conversation. That exists in every system. In a communist system, what happens is you usually see government officials and you usually see people who work closely.
We're talking about capitalism.
No, I understand that. I'm just drawing a parallel to a different system.
We're talking about capitalism. Can you?
I understand that. Just let me respond. Well, just let me respond. In any system, you're gonna have disparities. I am directly is just involves referencing something else. That's how comparisons work in general. So what I'm saying is that in that system, you have the government and the officials that work in the government who are making a lot of money. But with that, everyone else, they're actually comparatively poor and not really doing that well. So that is because communism says you can't own the means of production.
It's not communism.
Yeah, so communism is when the people individually don't own the means of production. So essentially, the government's going to own it. And so that takes away the power from the people.
You even got like just the generic definition of communism wrong. Like this
No. Let's break it
impressive.
down.
What is communism?
Let's break it down. Let's break it down.
What is communism?
Okay, so communism, I got you. We're about to break it down. I'm about to tell you what it is in the breakdown. So communism pretty much says that the people, the proletariat, own the means of production as a group, not as an individual. And so what I would ask you to that is, who's going to facilitate that? How do you stop people from owning the means of production and following the system?
With guns and bloodshed.
So
guns and bloodshed. Right? If someone tries to actually institute capitalism within a communist society, you guns and bloodshed. That's what,
right.
That's
so in other words, the government has to do it, right?
No, the people.
So the people, are they going to be in a group probably, or are they going to act as individuals?
You can click up if you have to.
So if a group of people decide for a smaller group of people, that's what a government is. They facilitate.
That's not what's happening. The only time within communism that there's any type of governmental system set up is
Stop it, Santana. Come on. That's what a government is. I don't care if it's me, you, and 4 other people in the room. If me and you decide to make decisions,
stop interrupting me?
We're government.
Can you stop interrupting me? Because you're at this point very confidently stupid.
I think you're being confidently stupid, because that's literally what a government is, buddy. And so the government, in any sense that you want to describe it, is going to be the ones who owns the means of production, keeps the people poor and oppresses them. It gives power disproportionately to one ruling class. And that's what's happened throughout history. I was done anyway. Go ahead.
In communism, if there's a need for a governmental system, then the governmental system is put in place for a short term to meet its specific goal. As soon as the specific goal is met, then it is automatically disbanded. Your premise behind communism, I'm still fucking talking. Holy shit, have some impulse control.
All right, don't crash out. Go ahead.
You do it again, I'm gonna fucking kick you. That's not what communism is as far as what you're saying, but even more than the bigger point, you're running away from the premise that I laid out, which is we're talking about capitalism. Capitalism. Hey, Sal, I'm muting you and I'm sending you a request to get up here. If you don't come up now, I'm just going to block you. You're here every day. Fuck. Oh, okay. Cool.
Cooking with Santana is funny.
Can you address what I said? If the United States of America, if capitalism worked within our system, within our society, then why is it that capitalism does not address the needs of everyday American? Why are there so many disparities within society as a whole?
Because that's not what capitalism is. You're judging capitalism by your own arbitrary system. That's not the point.
FYI to anyone else that wants to come up to debate, I really want to finish my sentences today. I would actually really appreciate it if I could just finish my sentences. Like, that would be absolutely amazing if I could just finish what I'm saying. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP higher. You a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
My bad. I did not mean to join.
No worries. I'll drop you down. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Hi, Luis. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Okay. Drop you down. W's in the chat for it's Arcoili for the $10 super chat to say fireworks by rapid oxidizing combustion materials. So when you're in the house, catches fire, we should let it burn because the fire fulfills its purpose. Yeah, like that was such a stupid premise. Debbie's in the chat for Bloody for the $10 super chat to say, read the origins of the bootstrap quote. Okay, I'll go take a look. That sounds like something I need to do. Debbie's in the chat for Ducky for the $20 donation saying, sending love for my daily education. Thank you so much, Ducky. I appreciate the hell out of you. Debbie's in the chat for Vanessa for the $4.99. Honey V, oh, you're good. You're good. Thank you so much for the donation. And thank you so much for the love. Let me check over on Twitch because I have not looked over there. Debbie's in the chat for Kelly for the 100 cheer bits to say, slides through glitter portal, throwing pockets full of glitter. Good, mystical, magical Monday, cuties and beauties. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful day. Remember your daily dose of hydration and snackies. Now remember to always say amazing. Black backflips out the window, ragdolling down the stairs, exploding into glitter. Pow. Debbie's in the chat for Kelly. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We need to unpack, right? I mean, that's the premise of what we are looking to debate, right? Men, we are the problem. Speaking of men, we are the problem. So something interesting happened, and I was going to make a video about this. So I have my boys, right? And my youngest son was playing on his VR set or whatever. He was playing some games on his VR set, and as like my oldest son was like, hey dad, I really want this game, it's on sale. He had saved one of his GameStop cards, and he had like a debit card or whatever, like a prepaid debit card that had some money on it. And he was like, oh, you know, dad, if we can get this, like I only need $1 or so to get what I need. And so I was like, okay, all right, we'll figure it out. 1 second. I don't know if this person's going to load. Mackenzie, you didn't load up. If you want to actually request back, you can request back up and we'll get you up here. So he was like, oh, dad, I really want to get this. You know, I need like, it was less than $2. I was like, sure, we can get that. So we weren't able to actually pick one up from GameStop because they didn't sell like the card and all this other stuff. So I ended up putting on their VR headset in order to like put my card information in so I can purchase like what was needed. And my youngest son was like playing the game. And so instead of him like pausing the game or whatever, he went into the lobby of the game. And as I'm putting on this VR headset, getting ready to purchase this game for my boys, I hear a little kid talking about, oh, some some random guy speaks. Yeah, hey, if it's an echo chamber, then you come over here and fix the echo chamber. You crying in the comment section about it being an echo chamber does nothing to fix it. So if you have an issue with the actual live, then guess what? Click the link and you come up here and change the fact that it's an echo chamber. But where'd you go? Hold on, I got you. Until you actually do that, some random guy, until you actually do that, we're just gonna go ahead and stop you from being able to comment. You can't complain about it being an echo chamber if you're unwilling to debate. So as I put on the VR set and I'm getting ready to make this purchase for my boys, I hear some kid scream, "What you need to do is put my dick in your mouth." I said, "Excuse me?" FYI, my youngest son is 9. And you could tell that it was little kids, right? And you could tell it was a little white kid, because I was like, "Hey, what are you saying? You need to cut that out right now." And he said, "Oh, is this an adult?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Are you black? Are you black? I have a question. Are you black?" I was like, "What the fuck is happening here?" Right? Roll that forward to the book that I started yesterday. I started Men Who Hate Women by Laura Bates. Men Who Hate Women by Laura Bates. And after reading Jesus and John Wayne, Black Pill, and now going into Men Who Hate Women, it's not only very clear that men, we are the problem, but the bigger problem is it's something that's being passed on. It's something that's continued to be perpetuated. It's something that these kids are taking and no one's saying don't. I know what the conversations are like with my sons, and I talk to them about being good people and being respectful people. But then you have to talk about like online culture, discords, Reddits, subreddits, 4chan, like all of these gross places across the internet that continue to foster this activities and these behaviors. And the most interesting thing that's coming out of Men Who Hate Women so far is the acceptance of rape culture and the desire to write it off as a joke. Those are two of the biggest things that I have gotten from the book so far. Everything is a joke and everything is justified. And maybe it's just me in this moment. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. I thought that like, man, we need to talk to more men. We need to address more men. We need to give more men opportunities. We need to do this, and like we can fix this. It's fucking crazy. And it's different iteration of men, right? It's white men, it's black men, Asian, Pacific Islander, indigenous. It's old men, it's young men, it's men in training, boys. It's wealthy men, it's poor men. It's men who have women active in their lives, and it's also men that don't know how to actually interact with women. It's men. It's men. It's all men. It's everything. It's all fucking men. It's every single man. I don't know what to do about that. I legitimately don't know what to do about that one. And the issue comes in as far as like what happens when you run into someone that you have hope for. Someone that you think, well, they're not a bad person. They're just like misogynistic. And maybe we can fix that. The most interesting thing about this book, Men Who Hate Women, is the direct, unchanged, unedited quotes that are pulled from these like incel Discord servers, these incels online chat forums. I don't want to say what I got to say because I feel like if I said it, I would get banned. Supernatural. Anyone a fan of the show Supernatural? Anybody? Is there anyone a fan of the show Supernatural? Do you guys remember the episode after Dean inherited the mark of Cain? And then like Cain started breaking bad and started eliminating everyone that was alive, that was a part of his bloodline. Do you guys remember that episode where Cain started taking out everyone from his bloodline because he said his entire bloodline was tainted? This isn't a one-off thing. These aren't individuals. This is not going to stop when boomers die. It's just it's disheartening. It's disheartening. It's disheartening. So it's all men. Men, we are the problem. We are the problem, and hell, at this point, I will take any help that I can get to figure out how we fix it. I will take any help that anyone is trying to offer as far as fixing this shit. Because we are the problem. Republicans, you hate our country. Apparently, Donald Trump and his minions are gearing up to try to sign an executive order to declare a national emergency when it comes to election. The most interesting thing about the Republican Party is that they know that their policies are so wildly unpopular that they'll do any and everything to ensure that they retain power, except be good for the American people. It's funny, I was taking my oldest son to school this morning, and I started to nerd out, and I started to tell him about electoral politics. And we had the conversation around the popular vote. We had the conversation around electoral college. We had the conversation around lobbyists and money and all this other stuff, right? It all started because I told him, like, hey, yeah, sometimes I go to Canada, right? You're saying Santana is saying something very interesting. Might need to submit an FBI report. Report these nuts in your mouth, you fucking idiot. How about that? I'm talking about books that I've read. You can fuck off. Anywho, I told my son, yeah, because I live in Washington State, I go to Canada often. And we started talking about like Canada and the US, and started talking about like universal health care and all this other stuff. And I told him, I'll explain to him why we don't have universal health care. And then I was explaining lobbyists. And he was like, well, couldn't Elon Musk, since he has all the money, just like pay for da 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 da? And I was like, yeah, he did. I mean, Elon Musk is why Trump got in office. Anyway, the thing that I drilled down to him was explaining that it's not about blue or red. It's not about left or right. It's about who's going to do what's best for all Americans. And the Republican Party never does what's best for all Americans. The Republican Party does what's necessary to continue to hold power. You said at least President Trump didn't cheat like Biden. Snowbird, you're a fucking liar, and I'm going to mute you. Come up here and tell me about that. You got a request. How did Biden cheat? You guys love saying stuff without knowing anything. The funny thing about you saying Trump doesn't cheat is all he does is cheat. He cheats his taxes. He cheats his wives. He cheats his business. He cheats the American people. All Trump does is cheat. You're a fucking liar. That's all he does. That's literally his default. Donald Trump got his teeth kicked in the 2020 presidential election. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The funniest thing about people saying that, Biden cheated. Kamala Harris had 107 days to run for office, while also being connected to the Biden ticket, which was vastly unpopular, even within Democratic circles. They wouldn't actually break ties with Israel. And people are so stupid, they don't understand how inflation or the economy works. On top of that, Kamala Harris is a Black woman. And so the patriarchy was absolutely threatened by Kamala Harris. And with all of that against Kamala Harris, all of that stacked against Kamala Harris, Donald Trump won the smallest victory in modern day history. Donald Trump won the presidential election by about 2 million votes. If Donald Trump was actually someone that was a good candidate, or like hell, people really wanted, it would have been a blowout. But it wasn't. That's why I always laugh when people are like, oh, well, he won all the swing stakes. It's a mandate. It wasn't. Donald Trump is the only president in United States history to never win an actual election against a man. That should tell you about our country. Such a clickbait prompt. Sure, I guess you're saying it's a clickbait prompt. Come up here and debate it then. If it's a clickbait prompt, it should be easy for you to defeat. Anywho, Republicans, you guys hate our country. That's why you are actively doing everything that you can do to destroy our country. Capitalists, your system doesn't work. For some reason, people think the way that you argue capitalist, your system doesn't work is by coming up and saying, well, communism doesn't work. Socialism doesn't work. I would just love for someone to address like how capitalism works for everyday Americans. Like no one ever gets past that point. No one ever gets past the point in telling us how it works for everyday Americans. I'm not saying that it doesn't work for some people. Hell, I'm saying capitalism for the people that it's supposed to work for absolutely works. For the people that it's intended to work for, absolutely it works. But we're not talking about the individuals. We're talking about the whole of Americans. The majority of Americans doesn't work. Does not work. Okay. White people, racism is your problem. I am more steadfast in that one than ever before. I think there's a lot of white men specifically that either feel as if they're entitled and so they don't care about racism. It's not their problem. There's a section that believe, oh, it's not even a thing anymore. And then there's also a section who say, well, I'm white, but I'm poor. How do you explain that? And that's not what we're talking about. The most interesting thing for a lot of people who came up here, and you might not have heard, trigger warning, content warning, trigger warning, content warning. Black people are being hung from trees all across the United States of America, and no one is doing anything about it. Specifically, it's an epidemic in North Carolina, and no one's doing anything about it. Which that's not new, right? That's not new. That's been a thing. But you know what is new? What's new is the uptick of attacks on everyone else. Solid often talks about like the structuring and maintenance of a hierarchy. And I feel like this administration is in place to specifically ensure the structuring and maintenance of the hierarchy when it comes to whiteness. And that's why you see the attacks on DEIA. That's why you see the attacks on the queer community. That's why you see the attacks on women. That's why you see the attacks on education and the environment. You see attacks everywhere. Hell, guys, we can't eat food. Have you guys seen the list of shit that you can't eat? Did you know that there's a potential E. coli outbreak for blueberries? Blueberries could potentially kill you? I think the fact that the Trump administration has actively been pushing in every direction, and people are collectively in jeopardy of losing their lives in a multitude of ways, so much so that issues for Black people are on the back burner. Issues for Black people are always on the back burner, but now that there's so many people who are in danger, those issues are even further on the back burner. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Supporter. Wait, America. Wait,
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Joe, I got you up. Did you come up to like randomly spam stuff in the comment section? Do you want to debate? What's happening? I like, honestly, Joe, I'm not in the mood for your bullshit today. For you either debate or fuck off. I don't care which one. You don't have to keep tapping. I have you on the screen. You're not muted. Fucking speak.
Why would racism be my problem? You're the one crying about it all day.
Okay, did you come to debate or did you come to be a fucking weirdo that wants to sit in the private comment section and hope that I read your comments, which, spoiler alerts, I don't. Do you have a debate or are you fucking lonely, you incel?
Man, just answer my question, retard.
What's your fucking question?
Why would racism be my problem? You're the one crying about it all day.
Racism is your problem because white people are the only ones that can control and benefit the aspects of race and racism.
I don't give a shit about your oppressed versus oppressed narrative. That's complete bullshit.
Okay,
So
and
if
so
you're a
you
racist
don't,
asshole.
why the fuck do we talk about it?
Because I
So
don't. Why would I
if
live
you
up here
don't
to
care, then why
mythology?
the fuck are you up here?
You're have a debate. So why would I fucking
You
automatic?
never come to debate. You come up here
Why
to
would
cry because you
that's
know what? You know what it is, Joe. You don't debate. You don't debate. I gave you, shut up. I gave you the opportunity to come in here and debate after you every single day. Every single day, he comes to the YouTube request and he sits in the request for hours and just types comments. The most racist, the most fucking homophobic stuff that you can think of. Ableist. Joe is an absolute piece of shit. And it's because he's a perpetual victim. He's a mediocre ass white man that does not have the ability to actually make it to where his clan ancestors did. And so he wants to take it out on everyone else. Joe, I'm going to unmute you. If you don't care about race and racism, then that's not a point for us to debate. Do you want to debate, or did you just come up here because you're fucking lonely?
Man, you having a trouble, actually. Why are you still angry, dude?
Do you want to debate, or are you just lonely?
If I didn't have any point made, why are you crashing out?
What do you want to debate?
Racism isn't my problem. It's your problem.
You said that you don't care about it. So what point, why would we debate something you don't care about?
I don't, what do you mean I don't care about it? What does that even mean?
You said you don't care about it.
I don't care about your made up fucking mythology.
What's made up about racism?
Your complete oppressor versus oppressed narrative.
How? How is that made up?
Because you made it up. It's built off lies. You need a picture drawn.
First of all, wherever the fuck you are, your sound is horrible. Can you get out of whatever wind tunnel or like car wash that you're in or whatever the fuck the sound is? I can't hear you.
Why don't you cope more?
Okay. Go cry in your cereal, you fucking incel. I apologize, guys. I am just kind of irritated because Joe, why do you keep coming back? Like, we can't even hear you. We can't even hear you, weirdo. Like, you're so obsessed. He's so obsessed. Fuck out of here. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Lee, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Okay, go ahead and drop you down. I don't know if this person's gonna load. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, tap the screen, share the live. I got some thank yous that I have to get to, but I was hoping we can get a debate. They keep dropping out. Keep tapping the screen, guys. I wish more white men would just like be honest. Like, you guys don't actually care about this shit. You don't care about any of this. You don't care about any of this, then why the fuck do we need to listen to you? W's in the chat for Priscilla for the $5 donation, saying because it's not free. Thank you so much for the $5, Priscilla. I don't think that I've done much of anything so far. I haven't had any decent level debates, and I'm just super irritated, and I apologize. That's on me. Thank you so much for the $5. W's in the chat for Trey for the $10 super chat to say his argument is moot. At this point, it isn't capitalism that doesn't function how it's supposed to. The argument is that it doesn't work for everyday Americans in providing the best quality of life. Facts. W's in the chat for Phoenix Eyes for the $10 super chat to say not a solution, but if it helps, shame them. I've loved to see how several towns in Germany handled neo-Nazis marching through their towns, denying them comfort, alcohol, shaming them for severely until they stop. Maybe. I don't think that's going to be enough. W's in the chat for Naz, who's been a YouTube subscriber for 2 months, and said, we're like this because we're socialized through misogyny. Fixing education is the only way. Yeah, I mean, I do think that there's a lot to be said about the fact that like, education is under attack in the United States of America, and it actively benefits the people in power to ensure that everyone is undereducated and lack critical thinking. I do think that's a huge aspect of all of it. So there's that. W's in the chat for those super chats. W's in the chat as well for, let's get over here. W's in the chat for Jasmine for the $5 donation. And Jasmine said, wishing you the best day, Santana. You deserve it. All the wonderful things. Don't forget that. Love you. I love you too. I feel so bad, honestly. I haven't been live in days. And like, this is what you guys are getting, and I'm so sorry. Like, I think Things should be way better than this. Shane, is eugenics and their plan now that we've controlled women's bodies? Or Sharon, what do you mean by that?
What I mean is, so now that they can control our bodies, is there a way that they could also control our birth, like what we birth? Like they control black females' bodies. So I feel like the opposite could happen, whereas now they're saying like abortion is wrong, that at some point they could say abortion of some babies is wrong, but not all.
Yeah, they don't care about other people having babies. They only care about white women having babies.
Right. So could they enforce abortions?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Could they enforce abortions?
What do you mean?
Like, hey, these people in this area are pregnant, and now that we have control over their bodies, we can say when they can give birth and when they can't. So if it's an African American baby, maybe we won't allow her to continue this pregnancy.
Well, I mean, if you take a look into medical racism, the actual mortality rate for Black women, including the infant mortality rate for Black babies as well, have both increased under the Trump administration. I don't think that there's going to be any type of specific legislation passed saying, yes, these people can have abortion, these people can't. But I mean, there's active things that are occurring and additional like legislation or whatever the case may be, things being put in place that disproportionately affect non-white people. I mean, and that's really how like legislation works now that you can't just make laws to directly disenfranchise people based off of their race or whatever. And so what they do is they make laws and legislation that disproportionately impact non-white people.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly and like support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. W's in the chat for Shannon for the 5. Shannon, at $5 is a lot of money. Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate the hell out of you. W's in the chat for Shannon. Thank you. Today seems to be more of a Monday than Monday should be. It does. 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 It fucking does. It does. Oh, yeah. W's in the chat for I think it's pronounced Madeline or Madeline. Solid. Yes. Yes, of course. Absolutely. Yes. 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 What do you mean? Yes. W's in the chat for Madeline for the $5 donation. As a white woman, it isn't racism when anyone else other than Black person. Wait, as a white woman, it isn't racism when it's anyone other than Black people. It's discrimination based off of your race. If you even... Wait, I'm confused with your statement. As a white woman, it isn't racism when it's anyone other than Black people. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. It's discrimination based off your race. If that is even what's actually being discriminated, which is very different from what racism really is. Yeah, Adorno talks about this all the time, right? And Adorno highlights the fact that there are different words that are used for different things. And I think a lot of people have a hard time understanding those things. W's in the chat for Alicia for the $10 donation. And I got chosen to sell my Blackity stuff at a festival. W's in the chat for you. What's the Blackity stuff? Let me know. I love supporting Black businesses. No fucking lie. W's in the chat for Gina for the $25 donation. Said, thank you for trying to fight the patriarchy. I have 2 daughters. I fear that for them. Science mom. I fear for everyone, honestly. Like legitimately, I do fear for everyone. Like everyone. W's in the chat for Rebel for the $5 donation saying, if this man doesn't think women are treated differently, they should create a TikTok account posing as a woman and drop it into a political live and comment normally. And guess what national day it is today? National Kobe Bryant Day. Keep your chin up and these nuts in your mouth to the opponents. I know that's right. And holy fuck, guys. Guess who's back? Back again. Phil is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guys, massive fucking W's in the chat for Phil. Phil sent a $250 donation. Said Monday Blues fun. Been traveling and working like a madman. Much love, Phil. I was actually thinking about you. I was wondering if you were impacted by like everything that's been going on. Happy to know that you're okay. Seriously. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Fucking W's in the chat for Phil. Like that is a lot of fucking money. $250. That is crazy work. W's in the chat for Phil. W's in the chat for Philip. W's in the chat for Philip. Philip. I call him Phil. Philip. W's in the chat for Philip. That is fucking crazy. Holy cow. W's in the chat for Kel, for who's been a YouTube membership subscriber for 17 months. Wow. Why sweeping general statements targeting all people of a particular group will alienate potential allies. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing well. If you feel alienated by like me calling out an entire group, then you need to actually have an internal critique. I want to make sure everyone understands that. I want to make sure every single person understands that. Please, please, please listen to what I'm saying. If you hear the things that I'm talking about, and instead of you saying, damn, we need to fix that, you go, well, it's not me, or you shouldn't say that. You're going to turn people away. You need an internal critique. I don't care about people being upset that I'm calling out the violence that's occurring to women, to Black people, to queer people, to people with disabilities. I don't care about anyone's comfort when it comes to me calling out people dying. I don't have time, space, or a place for any of that. So if the things that I say make people feel uncomfortable, good. It's supposed to. Like it's literally supposed to make every single person that hear the things that I'm saying is supposed to make you uncomfortable. Because if you're comfortable hearing these things, there's something wrong with you. It's not me. It's not us. It's you. If you can hear me telling you about Black people hanging from trees across the country and it doesn't bother you, that's a you problem. If you can hear me telling you about women being forced to be incubators and that doesn't bother you, that's a you problem. If you can hear me talk about the queer community, how trans people are being targeted, not only on a personal level by society, but even the fucking government, and that doesn't bother you, that's a you problem. If you can hear me talk about people with disabilities being forgotten. I hate hearing people bring up quote unquote DEI. And I call this out every single time. Why not say the A? People don't bring up the A because they want to forget people with disabilities. People with disabilities are being erased. I hate that. If you hear me talk about any of these things and it doesn't bother you, if it doesn't make you uncomfortable, if it doesn't make you mad and want to do something about it, that's a you problem. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yeah, no, I'm hearing you talking about people with disabilities getting erased. How? I work in a group home setting. They still get 5-star treatment. And this trans nonsense you talk about, bro, there's only a man and a woman, man. This needs to stop. It's crazy what y'all on. Special need individuals are still getting all their benefits. They're getting the treatment they deserve. They're not getting targeted. All this mumbo jumbo talk you're
Hey,
talking.
LC. Hey, LC.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even introduce you before you start letting the stupid shit fall out of your mouth. Shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I'm going to actually introduce you, and then I'll let you speak. But you coming up here and just flat out saying, "Oh, that's not true." I don't give a fuck about your anecdotal stories. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think that you have a job. I don't think you have a job. You're lying. So you see how that works? You see how that works? I don't think you have a job. So you're lying. So we're not going to do the anecdotal bullshit. Let's go bar for bar, band for band with evidence. But before I do, hey, I need you to have impulse control. Before I do, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. Yeah, but you ain't gonna tell me I don't got a job, bro. You don't got a job. This is
you don't have a job.
Lying to American people.
You don't have a job. I don't believe you. You don't work. You don't work where you say you work. You lied. You lied.
When I
you lied.
push out my patient with my ID.
You lied. You lied. I don't care. I don't care about like the fake badge that you made at Hobby Lobby or some shit. I don't care about that. I want to talk about actual empirics. So you're saying that people with disabilities are not under attack. The reason why I said people with disabilities are under attack is if you take a look at the way that the federal government of the Trump administration has cut a multitude of benefits and make it harder for people to be able to access their benefits, cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, and other programs that help and support people with disabilities. That's why they are being erased and forgotten. So, would you like to talk about the cuts that have occurred to not only like government entities such as Medicaid and Medicare, but other entities that receive grants, other entities where like there's been a shift across the board where people who have disabilities are being made to live without the necessities?
Sir, like I said, none of the participants, I done worked in various different group homes.
Sure.
No one had food stamps, been affected, or
hey,
the
LC,
Medicare.
LC, quick question. How many places have you ever worked?
So I worked for North Suffolk Mental Health.
You don't have to tell me like the specific name. I don't want you to hold on. Listen to me for a second. Listen, wait. Listen just for a second. I don't tell me the specific names because I don't want you to say anything that could possibly dox yourself. You don't have to tell me the names. Just how many.
Bother me.
That's fine. I just, again, I don't want that to happen up here on my platform. So can you just tell me how many have you worked for?
I say good 7 or 8. I used to be a program manager, so I used to submit a lot of the applications for Medicare and food stamps. And they have never got denied.
Okay, and so with the actual type, what's the type of, not home or whatever, like what's the overarching name, not the specific name of the ones you worked at, but what's it called?
So they're affiliated with Department of Social Service. They get services from the state.
Right, but like, let's say, you know, you can call it children that are like don't have a parents or a place to stay or whatever, like they would be in an orphanage or something like that. What's the actual thing called?
So basically, it's adult services.
Adult services. Okay.
Intellectual disabilities. Not the people that go to Butler and say anxiety. Those people, yeah, I'm against all of them getting their services taken away, food stamps. Go get a job. Everyone has anxiety.
No one cares about you saying that shit. Like, can you please stay on topic?
All right, man.
All right, so you said that you've worked at about 7 or 6 or 7 of them, or did you say 7 or 8? Right? Oh, he's gone. Where'd else he go? Why'd he run? Oh, he must have heard me click clacking. Yeah, he said that he's worked at about 6 or 7 of them. There's 2.25 million of them in the United States of America. $2.25 million. So I am positive that his 7 or 8 is absolutely indicative of all 2.25 million of them across the US. W's in the chat for I think it's pronounced Lashonda for the $20 donation saying from Monday Blues. Thank you, Lashonda. I appreciate you so much. W's in the chat for Kale for the $4.99 super chat to say, so my 17-month subscription, number 2 overall message just got ignored. Dang, I feel a little slighted. No, I just didn't see your message before, and I just read it off right before we did that. But I hope you heard the answer to what I was saying. I mean, like, I'm sorry. I don't think that I think niceties and politeness is out the window. I think niceties and politeness is out the window. I think that if anyone is still worried about niceties and politeness, you don't really grasp what's happening. And I don't mind being like nice to people. It's actually easy to be nice to people. I prefer to be nice to people. But I refuse to be nice to fascists. I refuse to be nice to racists. I refuse to be nice to queerphobic people. I refuse to be nice to xenophobic people. I refuse to be nice to ableist people. I refuse to be nice to people who are just pieces of shit. The problem that we're having is that people think that we play by some rules that they made up. People love to talk about, wow, so this is the tolerant left. This is the loving left. Yeah. I love people so much that I'm not going to allow you to just hurt, harm, or disenfranchise people. I will drag you to hell to ensure that you're not doing that. That's how much I love people. I love people so much that I will crash out every fucking time when someone is trying to oppress someone else. That's the love that I have. My love doesn't extend to hateful people. I have no sympathy for horrible people that are trying to hurt others. And the most funny thing is people on the right, they love bringing up the whole quote unquote tolerant left shit. You got me fucked up because I fight. Literally. I literally fight. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Keep tapping the screen. Let's get the likes up to 300,000 likes. If we can knock out the finger hearts, it'll help. It'll really, really help. Please, please, please knock out the finger hearts. Let me tell you guys a quick story while we wait and see if anyone else, anyone comes up for a debate. So the thing about me is when people like say things and do things or like fuck with me, it doesn't bother me. Like I legitimately don't care what people have to say about me. You can check with anybody in my life. How are you a Trump supporter? Disagree with anything on the background? How are you a Trump supporter? Disagree with anything on the background? I don't like coming at me doesn't bother me. Like anyone that actually knows me will like let you know that shit doesn't bother me. I don't care what you say about me. There's nothing that you can say about me that bothers me. But when you go at people that I care about, that's when I lose my shit. And that's always how I've been. Like I've always lost my shit when it comes to people that I care about. So back in college, me and one of my buddies, we lived in the same area, right? And we would actually drive to campus together for classes because we had a lot of these same classes. And one morning, we were on our way to class and we were going to be late because traffic was really bad. And I had the professor's number. We had the professor's number. And I picked up the phone and I called. And I was like, hey, we're in the car. Traffic is bad. We're going to probably be like 5 minutes or so late to class because he didn't play about being late to class. Like he just flat out didn't play those games when it came to being late to class. So I was like, hey, I'm in the car with, my friend and we're on our way to class. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, see you when you get here. Click. So we get to class and we're about 10 minutes late, anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes late. We walk in, we sit down. Hey, Santana, how's it going? Good. All right. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, traffic was really bad. And then he looks over at my friend and he says, why are you late? And my friend was like, what? He said, you're late to my class. Get out. And we said, wait. He was my ride. I told you on the phone that we were together and we were going to be late. And he said, yeah. He said, I talked to you. I didn't talk to him. I said, yeah, but we were in the car together. I told you that we were actually riding together. He said, yep, but I talked to you. I didn't talk to him. And I was like, what? So my friend got kicked out of class. And I was sitting there stewing. The class was 50 minutes. We were 10 minutes late, so it was like 40 minutes. He was waiting for me. As we got out of class, we're in the common area. I see him, and I'm like losing it. I can't believe he did that shit. What kind of shit is like, that's so fucked up. He knew that you were in the car with us. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like I was losing my shit. And then the professor who had went to his office that was on the second floor opened up the window and was like, hey, Santana, are you talking about me? I looked up and saw him in the middle of losing my shit. And I said, you fucking right, I'm talking to you. And just let him have it. I mean, I let him have it. Fuck you, da-da-da-da-da, that's some bullshit, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It was a whole thing. And then he was just like, okay. And closed his window. And we went about our way. Now, the interesting story behind what happened next is that, like, I ended up talking to him again, and he was like, yeah, like me and my friend went to his office and we talked to him like the following week or whatever. He was like, listen, it wasn't personal. He said, but you have to understand that we individually have to take responsibilities for ourselves. And so, yes, I knew both of you were in the car, but it wasn't about me knowing that you two are in the car. It's about making sure that you always take responsibility for yourself and your actions. That's what he told my friend. What he told me was, I didn't think you had that in you. And that was all he said. One of the best professors I had in undergrad, I still talk to him today. Like legitimately one of the most caring, best professors that I had. But I say all that to say, like, I will crash out over people that I care about each and every time. And it's not even close. How are you a Trump supporter? Disagree with anything on the background?
Santana?
How are you a Trump supporter?
I'm sorry, baby. I was just tapping. I didn't mean to come up.
Okay, no worries.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I apologize for all the cursing.
It's okay. It's okay, baby. You got to get it out.
It's not, and I'm sorry.
Have a wonderful day, Santana.
Thank you. You too.
And God bless you and keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I am so with you, son. I am. And I love you to death.
I love you too.
And you have a blessed day.
You as well. I really have to stop cursing so much. Holy smokes, I have to stop cursing so much. I have to stop cursing so much. Dang it. Tap the screen, guys. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. W's in the chat for C for the one. Yeah, niceties are over for she. Like we can't even give them that anymore. W's in the chat for Brookie. Brookie, I love you more. Holy smokes, Brookie. W's in the chat for Jacob for the 5. If you need an honorable person to cash, wait, you mean crash out for you to keep your image good because you deserve it? I volunteer tribute. I would also love to talk to you one-on-one about the idea that I have the help veterans, people on housing kids. Yeah, like send a message to Kay. Send Kay an email, a message. We can definitely talk about that. You know how I feel. Also, I would never let someone crash out for me. Like, that's the funniest thing about all of that. I would never let anyone crash out for me. That is a no. There is no way I would ever let anyone crash out for me. Nope. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Christine for the $1 donation. Yeah, like I don't understand how he could come up here with like all the audacity that he had and pretend as if like people with disabilities aren't being attacked. Like, what are we doing? Deb's in the chat for Nami for the $10 donation. Said, I found you through Parker Stream and honestly refreshing to see someone as angry and passionate about stuff as I feel. Sending love from Scotland. Thank you. And love to Scotland. Like, we got to take care of each other. All right. We have to take care of each other. Like, that's the thing, because if we don't, then who will? All right. W's in the chat for Jay. What up, Jay? W's in the chat for Potty Mouth Santana. No. I have to actually stop it. W's in the chat for Kale. Kale sent another $9.99 donation. Said, I wish I knew how to rid the issues we face, not just as a nation, but as a world. The real crime is having the people that have the power to do something and don't use it to better the lives of all. And see, then, Kel, this is where I, yes, Solid, you can. This is where I feel like I have to actually step in and do what I'm supposed to do, right? One other story. So over on Instagram, after I post, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I posted the video talking about how, like, I'm not going to take mediocre white men, like, saying that I don't know anything when they don't know anything at all. Any mediocre man that wants to talk trash and say, like, anything about anything that I've said, I'm going to make you prove that you're smarter than me. Like, that's the active decision that I've made. And there was a guy over on TikTok. I'm sorry, not TikTok, but Instagram, who was like he was talking crazy. I tagged him in the video. Like, he was going back and forth. I mean, he was talking crazy. Big shit popping, right? And then he hopped into my DMs. And I told him, I said, hey, listen, this is your chance. I'm warning you right now. I'm warning you, this is your chance. If you apologize, I'll let it go. If you apologize, I'll let it go. And he was still going on and on and on and on and on. I mean, just like the most vile shit, right? So I said, hey, because his whole thing was, look at your Instagram account. You barely get any engagement. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I said, well, honestly, I really just started using Instagram. He said, well, what are you going to do, you and your 80 views? I said, 80 views? I said, hey, before we go any further, you may want to go look at like my other social media platforms. Go check out my TikTok, check out my YouTube, and you should probably check out my friends. And he was like, I don't even care enough to go check any of that. I said, okay. I said, are you sure? Because I'm going to take screenshots of everything that you're saying. And he was still crashing out. Crashing out. I said, fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. I said, well, I may get quote unquote 80 views on Instagram. There's a lot of people that actually kind of like me for some reason. And the people that like me for some reason definitely get way more than 80 views. I said, it's wild work for you to say the things that you're saying, not only in the comments of my videos, but in my DMs, when you have your business on this account. Not only do you have your business, but you have your business partners on this account. I said, remember, you use social media for your business, but social media is my business. We're not the same. He continued to just be the most vile person ever. But then I guess someone actually got into his ear. It's like, hey, you should probably go check this out. Because one of his friends like started commenting. There's a black friend who's like, oh no, this is my brother. Da, 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 da. I was like, if it's your brother, then you should have actually checked him and let him know what he was doing is racist as fuck. So I'm assuming the friend got in his ear and went and looked or whatever. He came back and then was like, you're being anti-Semitic. I said, how? How am I being anti-Semitic? What did I say that was anti-Semitic? Never made a comment about you being Jewish. I said, I'm being anti-Semitic. You mean after you saying that you're 6'5" and that you would whip my ass? After calling me the B word and the R slur? What are we doing? He's like, well, yeah, it's you. It's you. And then he just like crashed out, blocked me to try to make sure that I don't. I told him, I said, hey, I'm going to post this video. I'm going to tag you in this video. And I'm going to make sure everyone sees who you are.
Buddy, you know I have a job, right?
And then he lost his shit. I can't tell that you have a job because you're so busy in my comment section. Hey, give a debate or I'm just going to block you.
Why the fuck would I debate you?
So you don't have a debate?
You just monologue at the camera all day.
So you don't have a debate?
You don't know how to debate. I know how to debate. You don't.
I said, give a debate or I'm just going to block you. I'm so sick and tired of the same people doing the same shit over and over and over. I don't care. I don't care. I'm so sick and tired of people doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over. I don't care. People say that I just want a monologue. No, I actually want to debate, but you guys won't come up to debate. Like I don't want to monologue. I want to debate. I want to debate. I want to debate. I do. I want to debate. W's in the chat for Anthony for the $2 donation saying, how do you find balance in life? I don't. I'm going to be honest, I really don't. That's one of my biggest flaws. And I'm trying to figure it out, but I really don't. So, W's in the chat for Jacob for the 5. Follow up, who is K and how do I get in touch? You don't know K? Also, if you're waiting for any white person to be smarter than you, I don't think the world has enough time. I disagree with that. There's a lot of people that's way smarter than me. Like, that's the crazy part about this. W's in chat for Jacob. Thank you for 5. There's so many people that are smarter than me. But I know for a fact that the people that are like thumb thugging, they're not the ones. Also, that's K. K's in the TikTok comments right now. That's K. Shout out to K. W's in the chat for Setku for the $5 super chat to say that Joe Caller calls into a lot of shows. He never debates. He just spams the same words over and over till he gets blocked. He's genuinely a waste of oxygen. Yeah, I know. Like, he's lonely. Can we talk for a second about like the quote unquote male loneliness epidemic? Good morning to Texas. Can we talk about that? I'm telling you, the book Why Men Hate That. Again, I'll make sure you guys know what book I'm reading right now, because, like, first of all, I figured out why I couldn't get the books that the reason why I couldn't get the books that I was trying to get. Some of the specific books that I was trying to get was saying that it wasn't available, but that was before another reason. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything in the background? Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything in the background?
I'm curious to know about the Ethiopian Christian Church and how it's slavery.
I can barely hear you. Hello?
I would type, but I can't type.
No, you're fine. It's just I can barely hear you. You sound like really far away.
Does that help?
No, are you connected to like a Bluetooth or anything?
My headset, but then I'll get feedback.
Okay.
What if I talk like this? Can you hear me?
Sure. What's your question again?
How is the Ethiopian Christian Church tied into slavery?
Who said anything about the Ethiopian Christian Church being tied into slavery?
Christians, the Bible is slavery.
Where does it say anything about the Ethiopian Christian Church?
Because they use the Bible.
Okay. When I say Christians, the Bible is slavery, it's not talking about actual physical slavery. It's not talking about chattel slavery or indenture servitude. It's talking about the bondage that Christians are in when it comes to either not knowing the Bible, not knowing the religion, or knowing that there's some actual contradictions, but instead of actually engaging and trying to find a logical conclusion, they just accept those contradictions, or they just absolutely weaponize their faith and the religion to be harmful towards people, right? Causing genocides, causing colonization, creating the construct of race, and engaging in chattel slavery, telling women that they can't have access to bodily autonomy, telling queer people that they are not actual people and they shouldn't have all the rights that people do. So people who adhere to Christianity or as a whole have upheld and justified the harm to so many people across the history of the world, not just the US, but the world.
I think I'm just a very literal person.
Yep, that's why I try to make sure people know that I'm not talking about actual physical slavery.
Because King James is the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade. So that's why I was...
King James was not the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah, the East India Company, he gave them the first charter to start dealing in people.
When was King James alive?
It's like the 1400s, somewhere around there.
14 what?
Like 50. I couldn't tell you the exact day. Maybe 1434 or something like that.
Uh, 1566. 1566 to 1625. When was race created?
When was race created?
Mm-hmm.
It all really depends on
It doesn't.
that definition.
It doesn't.
Because we can
When
look
was the
at
social
writing.
construct? When was the social construct of race
We
created?
can look at the writing in the social construct in the American sense, or
the social construct of race that actually exists still to today.
so
1452.
the byproduct
1452.
of Bacon's Rebellion?
No, it's 1452. It's when Gomez Inez de Zurara was actually commissioned to chronicle the difference between people. He was actually commissioned by the Catholic Church to do so. It was in 1452. So if Gomez Inez de Zurara did the initial structure of race, which still exists today, in order to justify chattel slavery, because what happened was 1455 and 1457, the Catholic Church published papal bulls to give permission to these European countries to engage in chattel slavery. And that's where the transatlantic slave trade started. Then
when did the English church start?
I'm sorry?
When did the English church start?
I don't know. What's that have to do with anything?
Because King James is a part of that.
Okay, I don't care. I'm not talking about King James. I'm just letting you know that your entire timeline is off and it's wrong. But even more so, like you bringing up like King James means nothing to me when it comes to Christianity, because again, I'm talking about the whole of Christianity. I'm talking about like the actual history and the present day use of it.
But not the Ethiopian Bible.
If I wanted to single out specifically Ethiopian Bible or Ethiopian Christianity, if I wanted to single out any specific sector of Christianity, then I would put that sector. I'm talking about the whole of Christianity. Every single aspect of it. You have a debate?
No, I was just curious about the Ethiopian Bible.
Okay, you should go look for the Ark of the Covenant. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. I'm gonna set the daily gift goals as the rosas. If you guys don't mind, can we knock out the rosas, please, 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 please. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. If you like to support the live, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 400,000 likes. Can we? Can we get the likes up to 400,000 likes, please and thank you? Please and thank you. I don't know if this person's going to load. J6 Eviation or whatever. You can request back up. You're not in the request. Holy shit, you guys knocked out the rosas fast. You can request back up if you are still here. Definitely. You know what's the most interesting part about what he was just saying? Like people who look to delineate the different types of Christianity or like separate the people, only do that for their own comfort. Howdy, partner. Because it's not about the individual. It's about the collective action that has been taken, right? It's about the collective harm that has absolutely been caused. W's in the chat for Laura Tamayoshi. Or W's in the chat for Laura Tamayoshi. Listen, I saw after, I didn't see this yesterday, but I saw it this morning when I was getting ready to set up my stream. Laura Tamayoshi sent a $50 YouTube super chat yesterday. I didn't get to see what it said, but then I just saw that you sent it. So first and foremost, W's in the chat for the $50 YouTube super chat that you sent yesterday. Why aren't you mad at your ancestors for selling you? King, whatever the fuck your name is, come up here and tell me about that. You're muted. Come up here and tell me. I'm willing to bet, not only are you a mediocre ass white man, but two, that didn't happen. You can't prove it. Come up here and prove it. Prove to me that black people sold black people.
It's when
your phone is breaking up really. Your service is like so bad. Can you fix your signal? Can you fix your signal?
I got 2 bars. No, I can't. Not where I'm at right now.
Oh, it sounds like it's coming in a little bit better.
Let me see.
Can you try again? Hello?
Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, that's actually better. Can you prove it?
So is what you want me to believe is that
I don't care what you
people,
believe.
Europeans came. Prove it. Like, what do you mean prove it? They didn't just go over there and just run around catching people.
Sure, prove
like,
prove that black people sold black people.
Give me a minute, I'll come back.
Oh, why do you have to leave?
What do you mean? I got to get my sources. I got to have a link for you to look at.
You don't have to leave the live. You can just swipe out. You see this account that's right under you? That's my backup, right? That's on the phone that I'm on right here. You see this? Like, that's me going. I can go and I can Google stuff and then I can come right back. Boom. And I never have to leave the live. So you don't have to leave. There you go. W's in the chat for Lord Tamayoshi. Happy Monday. Real talk. Why is King Jeffries and Kushner having private meetings? Dem needs to announce new leadership with both sessions of Congress start in both chambers. Facts. That was something that I wanted to talk about because, yes, if you guys didn't see this, Hakeem Jeffries has been having secret meetings with Jared Kushner about how they can, quote unquote, find middle ground. Fuck Hakeem Jeffries. Fuck Hakeem Jeffries. Oh my God. Like, the problem, one of the biggest problems that I have with the Democratic Party, outside of them just being a bunch of do-nothingers, right, is how weak they are. How weak they are. Each and every opportunity that they have to be like spineless, they take it. Each and every opportunity that they have to fold, they take it. Each and every time. And Hakeem Jeffries meeting with Jared Kushner speaks to the fact that Hakeem Jeffries knows that he is unpopular. That's why so many members that, or so many people that identify as like socialists within the Democratic Party are seeing success, is because people are tired of these fucking do-nothing establishment Democrats. So yeah, fuck that guy. W's in the chat for Activista for the $5 donation. I can't hear any more deliberate ignorance. Literally, I watched the live and I had to leave. So I get you, Santana. Hugs, Activista. W's in the chat. And W's in the chat for your toxicity for sending out a YouTube membership subscription. Again, guys, if anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right. Do you have that proof?
Yes. Wikipedia says that it 100% happened, but historians say it's not what you think. Okay. All right.
How about this? I'll make it really super simple. Can you go find just one bill of sale?
Can we use logic?
No. No.
Okay.
No, we can't use logic. You know why we can't use logic? Because we don't need logic. But what we can use is
so
actual
you guys
evidence.
are so terrible that you can't even hide in your own country.
can you get one bill of sale, just one bill of sale where white people bought slaves from black people? And FYI, don't say that, oh, there's no bill of sales for that time, because there are. Like I can actually, here, let me show you something really quickly. I think this may help you kind of contextualize what I'm looking for, and then understand like why it's necessary and da 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 da. Can you see my screen right now? I'm about to put a picture on the screen. I just want to make sure that you're looking at the phone screen at this moment.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Hold on. All right, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, this is a bill of sale. This is a bill of sale, and not only is this a bill of sale, but this is a bill of sale from the time frame of the transatlantic slave trade. Like literally, when they were selling slaves, and they were selling them to other white people, right? So I need you to go grab me one of these. And the reason why I say like you can definitely find it is because they were very diligent with everything. They were very diligent with documenting not only where they went to steal black people, how many they stole, how many died on during the Middle Passage, how many were sold. Hell, did you know that they had analytics for slaves?
That would make sense.
Yeah, like they did depreciation rates for slaves and all this other stuff. So all I need you to do is go find me one bill of sale, just one bill of sale where white people actually bought slaves from black people.
And if I don't, you have to admit that white people are the greatest, because everything they built, and they. So
I don't care about you. I don't care about you actually. I don't care about you actually coping and saying you got to say white people are the greatest. You made the claim. You made the claim that black people sold black people, and I want you to go ahead and be where your feet are, Bub. Be where your feet are.
Because if they didn't,
hey, shh. This sounds like cope. I don't care about your cope. Go grab that bill of sale for me, please. Go grab that bill of sale for me. And then we could, oh, not him fucking running. Not him running. Oh, it's okay, poo-poo. Fun fact, you can't find one. You can't find, oh, there he is. Oh, no, that's the other guy. You can't find one because there isn't one. It doesn't exist because black people weren't selling black people. Welcome back. I can't remember why I kicked you. Do you have a debate?
I just wanted to clarify something, but I don't know if it's any interest to you or not.
What are you trying to clarify?
The separation of the English church from the Catholic Church.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay. Well, thank you anyway.
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap screen share live. Hi, are you a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background?
No, I need to be like accident. This is an accident.
Okay, no worries. I'll drop you down. Thank you.
I support.
Deb's in the chat. Yeah, he did say that his actual source was Wikipedia. He actually did say that. Fucking wild. Oh, he didn't load in. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. W's in the chat for Amber for the $5 donation, saying, you make me laugh while listening to you working from home. Never miss your lives. Love you, Santana. I love you too, Amber. And I'm sorry that we got off to a bit of a rough start. Like technical issues frustrate me so much. And even more so, like there's been so many technical issues within the last couple of days. And it's just, I apologize, guys. I apologize for the way that I started the live, for like the crash outs and all, I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. Technical issues get me every time. So I apologize. W's in the chat for Amber. W's in the chat for Fashid. Yeah, no, like we know what Hakeem Jeffries is about. We know what he's about. Him and Chuck Schumer. We know what all of them are about. Like, we're not, like, we know. Fuck those guys. W's in the chat for Fashid. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Also, guys, can we tap the screen? Can we get the likes up to 400,000 likes? And can we knock out the let them cooks? Can we please knock out the let them cooks? That's the gift goal. What I was talking about before we actually got into this, I was saying that I was able to actually download some of the actual books that I was unable to get because of, like, there was just an issue and I had to walk through it with like Audible or whatever. So I was able to download Black Skin, White Mask by Frantz Fanon, and that's going to be next. But I was also able to download Men Who Hate Women, From Incels to Pickup Artists, The Truth About Extreme Misogyny and How It Affects Us All. And so that's what we're reading right now, right? That's our current book. I'm gonna put this on the screen so you guys can see it as I talk about it. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. If you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right. So this is what we're currently reading, right? Men Who Hate Women by Laura Bates. And the thing that you guys need to know about this book, Laura Bates starts off at the beginning by saying, I'm not going to actually change the words. I'm not going to make it fluffy. I'm not going to make it comfortable. Laura Bates says from the very beginning, like, I'm not going to pull punches. I'm not going to pull words. I'm just going to tell you what it says. Trigger warning, content warning. Trigger warning, content warning. Trigger warning, content warning. I'll give you guys a second. Trigger warning, content warning. So Laura Bates says, I'm not going to pull any of the terminology or anything that's said. I'm just going to tell you what they said. One of the opening quotes for the book was, quote, I would feel bad for women being raped if they didn't deserve it, but they do, so I don't care. End quote. That was the first quote of the book. Chapter 1, Volume 1, Bar 1. That's how this book starts. And it gets worse. Holy smokes. When I tell you, this book gives perspectives on the different communities. You guys know about incels, but there's a whole incel universe. So there's incels, there's black cells, there's Asian cells, there's height cells, there's weight cells, like all of it. It's super interesting how they break themselves up into these subcategories of all being incels. And then it's interesting how they encourage each other to be the worst possible versions of themselves. One really great call out, right? Yes, there's Asian cells. Apparently, like the premise behind like the other different quote unquote cells is that anything that's looked at as being anything except a good looking white man is like a disadvantage. And so one thing that Laura Bates says in this book that's like super interesting is she talks about how the reason why we have such an issue with dealing with what's happening in these incel communities is because people want to say that this is only happening online. They want to say that this is a fringe online thing, that we don't need to actually worry about this because this is just online. But then later in the book, she goes on to tell how like these online communities lead to real world shit. And there's been mass shootings, thank you for the heart hands, directly cultivated online from people within these communities. And they encourage each other, and then they use each other as like martyrs when they do these mass shootings or mass stabbings or whatever, and then they kill themselves, unalive themselves, or take themselves out. Sorry. But it's super interesting because they talk about how like the FBI, I'm sorry, not the FBI, it was in Canada where there was a mass event, and then they categorized the person as a terrorist act. And they were talking about like this is one of the first times that anyone had been deemed as being a terrorist doing this, and this is something that needs to be translated to all of these events. So I say all that to say, I wouldn't even say that I'm jaded by like what's going on, and like I think that it's super important to call out the fact that men, we often get a pass. We get a pass, and then we give each other passes, which is even worse. We give each other encouragement and passes by saying, oh, well, that was just some weirdo. So the one thing that I've gotten from this as well so far is that I'm going to stop calling them weirdos. I'm going to stop acting like this is some just like fringe thing where there's just some random small group of people that's doing this. As if this isn't just like the mass movement that it is. It's not a fringe thing. It's not outliers that we should ostracize. One person, one actual person who they document in this book, who was going by a pseudonym, and then actually revealed that it was him and was running for Congress, ran on a piece of the trigger warning, content warning, trigger warning, content warning, trigger warning, content warning. One member who was writing all of this stuff under a pseudonym and then revealed that it was actually him. And while running for Congress, said that he wanted to put out a piece of legislation that would make rape legal in private areas, not in public areas, but in private areas, it would be legal. Because his thinking is, well, the ones that do it in public, well, they're just weirdos. They're extremists. They're just people who are out just looking to target women. Now, if you do it inside of your home, right, maybe they were actually, listen, they knew what they were doing. So we have to stop calling these people like weird, or we have to stop pretending as if these people are foreign or alien or somehow not just every person walking down the street. Because when you make it seem as if it's just some fringe internet thing, it's just some thing off in the distance, then they find justification in it. They find justification in it. Right? One other thing that Laura Bates talks about in the book as well is the duality. And you guys may be thinking, Santana, what do you mean the duality? I mean that they hold at one time, they hold these two diametrically opposed premises at the same time. P, not P, right? Women are the cause of the problem because they're not letting men have sex. But at the same time, they're saying women are sluts because they're having all the sex. That's their logic. Their logic is women aren't having sex with anyone, but women are having sex with anyone. How? How? Your justification is they're not having sex with anyone, but they're having sex with everyone, so they're the problem. It's quite fascinating. It's a quite fascinating book. We'll get back to it in a second. Again, the book is called Men That Hate Women. It's by Laura Bates. Roland, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yep, I disagree with something on the background. Can you hear me okay?
I can. Are you an American citizen?
UK citizen.
Or are you looking to debate?
So, looking to debate with you on issues around racism. I think one of your previous prompts was white people embrace racism, and what's the other one? White people racism is your problem.
Your signal is like really, really bad.
Okay, well, I guess, man, I might be able to, but I'll just shut the window. Yep, that should help things. So, do you think it's impossible for black people to be racist?
It's really bad.
Okay, wait. I've shut the window. It should be a bit better now.
Yeah, it's actually coming in a little bit better.
Okay. Do you think it's impossible for black people to be racist?
That's me. It's me. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually me. It was me that was the problem. I'm lagging. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Chat, can you all hear me? Are we back? Can everyone hear me? Give me a second. I'm gonna message these Airbnb people right now because this is fucking ridiculous. All right, what were we saying?
So, do you think it's impossible for black people to be racist?
Yeah.
Okay, so how would you describe the expulsion of Asians from Uganda under Idi Amin? Would that not be racist?
No, why were Asians in Uganda?
Well, how is that not racist?
Oh, I said no. Why were Asians in Uganda?
Well, people migrate around the globe, but Asians who grew up in Uganda had just as much right to be there as, I don't know.
Asians were in Uganda as a buffer class. After the scramble for Africa, and different European countries actually split up different parts of Africa, they then instituted buffer classes in order to subjugate as a hand of those European countries. And then from that point, they continue to live and exist there. So expelling foreign people from your country that were put in place by colonizers to help continue to subjugate or at the very least oppress through being a buffer class, that's not racism, that's reclamation. You're talking about a reaction to racism, not racism.
No, that's not evidence that the Asians themselves were being racist. Even if we agree that whites have been, in many cases, racist towards Africans, that doesn't mean that Asians.
I don't care if you agree with it or not. That's literally what happened. Like, again, after the scramble for Africa, those European countries took Asians and put them into those European countries. I'm sorry, those African countries, to work as the hand of those European countries and as a buffer class.
But it's
So
still
again,
racist.
it's a reaction to racism.
No, it's not.
Talk to your mom about it.
That's like saying if you expel Arabs from from Israel, it's not racist because the Jews were there originally, not the Arabs. Just because your ancestors were imported in.
Is there actual documentation about who was there or who was not there?
Are we talking about
Israel?
Israel?
Quote unquote Jewish people. Also, Jewish people, like, that was stupid because Jewish people, that's an ethno religion. That's not a race.
Well, people use the term Jew to mean both religion and race. It can be used.
I don't care how people use it. People use it wrong because they're stupid.
It's not stupid to use the term. People
are stupid. Are black people Jewish?
What?
Are black people Jewish?
Some might be Jewish, but it wouldn't be 100%.
Yes, there are black people that are Jewish. Are there white people that are Jewish?
Yeah.
Are there indigenous people that are Jewish?
Yeah, there are people who are indigenous to the land of.
It's not a race if you can have multiple members of different races as that. It's an ethno religion, just like being Islamic. It's not a race.
It's used in different ways. Someone like Bill Maher or Ed Miliband might call themselves Jewish without actually being religious. So I'm aware.
I don't care how people try to use it. That's not what it is.
But my point was that mistreating Asians is still racist, even if there's some historical.
I don't care about how you feel or like the treating of them. I'm telling you that the response is not the action. So, hey, if you and I are face to face and you punch me and I punch you back, did you assault me or did I assault you?
In that circumstance, we would both have potentially assaulted each other, but yours wouldn't have been unprovoked.
Okay, sure. Who had unprovoked actions in that? Was it the person that assaulted or the person that responded to the assault?
It would be the person who made the initial assault, but
that's what we're talking about.
Let's say your grandfather gets assaulted by my grandfather. That doesn't give you the right to mistreat me because of something my ancestors did. And that's what happened to Asians in Uganda. They were ultimately mistreated through no fault of their own. People who were born in Uganda.
Did your grandfather mistreat my grandfather and then pass on the things that he was able to get and the things that he was able to do from mistreating my grandfather to your father, and then your father did the same and took away from my father, and then he passed it on to you, and then, you know, I'm here and you and I are face to face? Because that's what we're talking about.
Not when it comes to Asians in Uganda. We're not talking about any kind of, you know, system that Asians would still benefit from to this day. But, you know, just because your group has been historically oppressed doesn't mean they're entitled to mistreat another group. So here in the UK, we had a 2021 race report, which debunked the idea of white privilege.
I don't care.
Oh, I can debunk it in America as well.
I don't care.
Okay, but your prompt says white people, is it racism is your problem, or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people of any race can be racist. People of any skin color have the capacity to be racist.
Race isn't about skin color.
Well, it's defined often in terms of phenotype or ancestry.
Yep. Nope. Phenotype. It's a social construct.
Yeah, in America, you guys use, is it about 5 races of Asian, white, black, Hispanic, Native American?
Yeah, in the US it's 5 races.
Yeah, and in the UK we use much more, but any member of any individual group can potentially be discriminatory towards any other member.
Has it always been that way?
Well, no, it hasn't always been that way.
Oh, okay. So there's certain times that racism wasn't racism?
No, I'm making the claim it's always wrong to mistreat someone because of their physical
No, I'm talking
appearance.
about racism. Has racism always been racism?
Racism, well, that's a tautology. So yes, racism has always been racism, but...
Okay, perfect. Can you tell me how during chattel slavery, black people, those black slaves could have been racist towards their white slave owners?
They could have been racist towards a white non-slave owner, but they couldn't be racist towards
No, I want you to answer my question directly.
Yeah, I'm answering it. You couldn't be
so,
racist.
You know, you were talking about something that I wasn't talking about. Said, can you tell me how during chattel slavery, those black slaves could have been racist towards their white slave owners?
I would say it's impossible to be racist towards a job, occupation, or a system of oppression. So you can't be racist towards a slave owner.
A job occupation? Wait, you're just fucking wrong, because you can be racist in job occupations, and
no.
Chattel slavery isn't job occupation. So why the fuck are you trying to conflate it to make yourself feel better?
Let me explain. I'm saying you can't be racist towards a particular type of person. So have you heard of the Barbary slave trade?
Yes, I've heard of the Barbary
slave trade is a great example.
Yes.
So if a white person, it's a great
example. No, it's not. When was race created?
Is it Gomez de Sharara in the 1400s?
Gomez Inez de Sharara.
Yeah, 1400s, I think, but I'm not sure.
1452.
Okay, yeah, 1400. So 15th century, you have.
So when was the Barbary slave trade?
I think it went all the way up to the 1800s.
When did it start?
I'm not sure. It may have been before 1450, but I've had to check when it started.
It absolutely started before the creation of race. Also, FYI, you fucking lied. Even in the UK, they use the actual categorizations of race, and then they use ethnicities. Like, why would you sit here and lie, acting as if there's multiple races? We use ethnicities here within the US as well, but they don't use other races. You lied.
No, in the UK, people typically, when you talk to them, will use the phrases interchangeably. But race and ethnicity...
Yeah, that's because, again, people don't know shit, and that's why people often use race and ethnicity interchangeable. Hell, people use race, ethnicity, and nationality interchangeable, but you said that there's more than the 5 races in the UK. You lied.
No, because when you look at the UK sort of legal classifications, census documents, typically they'll use more than just white, black, Asian, Hispanic, and we won't even use Native American on a regular basis. So
I'm looking at the actual breakdown from gov.uk. And they're talking about their census and everything. Like, this is you're fucking lying. They still use the same races. It's just multiple ethnicities. Now, if individuals, as far as people, are saying this shit and they're just wrong, that's fine. But that's not what it is in the UK. You're lying.
I'd be surprised if in the UK we had a 5-part racial classification.
I don't care if you would be surprised. I'm telling you, that's what the government is saying.
Wait, they're
like
saying
that's
there's only
even
5
what they
races?
list on their census.
Wait, 5 races?
Yes.
Do you want to read them out?
So it's Asian or Asian British, black, and then they have like black British, Caribbean or African. They have, which super interesting, they have biracial people, which is awesome because that's something that the United States of America is looking to actually adopt in their next census. They have white, and then they have other. And with other, they specifically list Arabs in other, and then they said other groups. Now, the interesting thing about like Arabs in the United States of America, they actually sued here in the US to be recognized as white. So that's why in the UK, they have them listed as others, but in the US, they're listed as white. That's how even more so you know that it's fucking a social construct, because in the UK, Arab people are considered others, but in the US, they're considered white. You're just fucking wrong.
No, I said there were more than 5, and there are, because the term other subdivides into numerous different categories. Like, I've never heard anyone in the UK say...
No. When it comes to racial groups, the other is listed as a racial categorization, and then there's ethnicities within the other. Just like there's ethnicities within all the other races. There's ethnicities. They actually mix ethnicities and nationalities under the grouping.
Yeah, like you said, it's a social construct, but
exactly
we don't use the same approach as you guys. We don't use the exact same classification. But what I don't agree with is you saying that only some groups can be racist, i.e. blacks can't be racist, whites can. There's no evidence to support that view, and every group has been oppressed at certain points in human history. Hence why I mentioned the Barbary slave trade.
Name one time that white people were oppressed by non-white people.
The Barbary slave trade.
And I already said that's not true, because that started prior to the creation of race.
But it still counts because it continues on afterward.
No, it doesn't.
It does. How does it not count?
No, it doesn't, because the Barbary slave trade was not started because of race. So can you name a time that one group of people said, hey, look at those white people, we're going to oppress them because we're not white?
You could look at the Armenian genocide. That was an example of oppression.
Armenian people are white.
Exactly. That's an example of white people being oppressed.
Who were they oppressed by?
The Turks.
No, because that's not fucking race. Give me a second. I'm going to look this up because you're fucking lying there. Hey, Athena.
The Armenian genocide was done by Turks who are also white, by the way. So it was white.
That's what I was thinking.
And also, Armenians were not targeted because they're white. They were targeted because they're Armenian. You lied.
I didn't lie. The Armenian genocide did take place. Also, whether you categorize Turks or
Arabs. I didn't
Arabs,
say it didn't take place. Wait, hold on one second. Turks are not Arabs. Did Turks specifically target Armenians because they said, oh, look, those white people, we need to unalive them? Or did they target them because there's a history between Armenians, Assyrians, Kurds, and Turks within that region?
Yeah, but the question was phrased as, can you give an example of white people being oppressed? And that's the example that I gave.
The question phrase was, can you give an example of white people being oppressed for being white?
Boom.
Okay, I can. I can give
you keep lying.
I can give an example. You ready? Ivy League admission statistics which showed that whites needed higher grades than black or Hispanics to get into Harvard, Yale, or Princeton. That's an example of oppression because you were white.
That's not even true.
It is true. It is true. Can I cite my source for that? It is true.
No, wait. So I requested for you to actually give me an example of non-white people oppressing white people due to the race. And your example is, well, it's harder for white people to get into Harvard.
Well, I gave the Barbary slave trade, which you said you didn't want to hear about.
It didn't apply because that was prior to race. But I want you to lock in specifically what I said. I said, I want you to give me an example of non-white people oppressing white people based off of them being white. And your example is, well, it's harder for white people to get into Harvard.
That's the system of affirmative action which exists in the US prior to the 2023.
Is that your example of white people being oppressed by non-white people by them not being able to get into Harvard? I just want a clear answer. Is that your answer? Yes or no?
Yes, it's one of my examples.
Okay,
I've got plenty more.
Perfect. 250-year history of the United States of America. 90% of all House, Senate, presidency has been what?
That's true, but that doesn't undermine the argument.
It's been what?
Well, yeah, I agree. It has been.
It's been what?
It's been white.
White men, specifically white men. So hey, if white men are the one, specifically overwhelmingly white men are the ones passing legislation and doing things like putting affirmative action in place, then how is that non-white people oppressing white people if white people are the ones that did it?
Because it was supported by a mixture of people.
It doesn't matter who's in charge.
But it's still a system.
Who's in charge?
Lots of people are in charge.
90% through the 250-year history of the country. Who's in charge?
Different people, a multiracial coalition.
You are a disingenuous shit, and I'm talking to you knowing that you're not in the US. Either answer the fucking question honestly or I'm going to kick you.
So who's in charge? In many cases, white people, but also you have President Obama, you have President Clinton, you have numerous people.
You're a disingenuous piece of shit.
Is Clinton not white?
Exactly.
Also, yeah. So I don't know what he's saying, but also, like, I'm so sorry. Like, this guy is just so disingenuous. Because if we want to go to Ivy League schools, about 30%, I think, of Harvard admissions were legacy students. Do you know what legacy students means?
People whose parents went to the schools and probably donated a lot of money as well, which I think is
Exactly. So they were admitted at a higher rate than regular admissions. And the overwhelming majority of legacy students, over 70%, are white.
That doesn't
What
help
race
someone who...
do you think they are?
Yeah, that doesn't
What
help
race do you think they are? No, what race do you think they are?
Race who is? The legacy students.
A majority of legacy students.
Yeah, mostly white.
A majority of legacy students are what? White. Okay, so white people have the highest admission rate because legacy students actually have the highest admission rate. Over 70% of those. I'm so sorry. Can I finish or are you not done? Because you brought up the Barbary slave trade, which the Barbary slave trade was done but because they were Christian, not Muslim, not because they were white. And also European Muslims participated in the Barbary slave trade. Also, you're disingenuous as fuck, which is why you're not going to tell people here that the Barbary slave trade was a response to the Reconquista. So because of the Reconquista, because a lot of those people were kicked out of the Iberian Peninsula, they decided to enact revenge back and enslave the Christians, not the white people, right? It wasn't specifically because they're white, because also white Muslims participated. European Muslims also participated, but you're not going to tell people because you're a disingenuous little weasel. So your only example of white people, these poor whites, the most oppressed people in the world, who have been oppressed by everybody and everybody else, is affirmative action. So basically, because the system was so skewed against anybody who wasn't white, and those systems decided. Oh, it's echoing.
Sorry, is that
Santana? I don't know if you're. It's echoing. Is it only echoing for me? Or is it echoing for other people? Are you recording me?
Oh, I'm not recording.
You're recording, aren't you?
I'm not recording. I opened a different tab, but I'm not recording.
Then why am I echoing if you're not recording?
I honestly don't know, but I can give numerous examples of where a person has been oppressed.
Yeah, but can you fix that?
For being white?
Yeah,
Yeah,
take the
can
watch.
you wait? Can you fix that echo before you give anything? Because that shit's like I don't. You have to either have this open somewhere else or just recording. I don't know which one it is, but like fuck that echo.
He is recording.
Yeah.
He's probably a little right-wing creator from the UK. They have a lot of those in the UK.
Also, he's really not good at this shit.
No, he's not.
So yeah, as I was explaining, just because you're white doesn't.
I do not.
Yep. No, you still didn't fix that shit. Turn it off.
I don't know what it is.
Consent to being recorded, by the way.
You're honestly not being recorded.
Yeah, turn it off.
Turn what off?
You're recording, bro.
I'm not recording.
Whatever you did, turn it off.
Yeah,
I
5
honestly,
seconds, I'm just gonna kick you.
Honestly, it's not recording at the moment, but wait.
It's not recording at the moment.
He said that as the echo goes away.
He muted himself. He's so fucking disingenuous.
Broski said affirmative action is an example of white people being oppressed.
Yeah.
But now it's just implemented to rectify the systemic racial disparities.
Yeah, he keeps going to like things that are responses to racism.
So you could also look at the grooming scandals in the UK.
Wait. Still there. Hey, Roland, fuck you. Right? I mean, like, just fuck you. Absolutely not.
Did you kick him?
Yeah, I kicked him.
Oh, period. Okay. Well, thank you for having me.
Not only did I kick him because he's disingenuous, but I just realized what time it is. Oh, what are you doing for like the next hour?
The next hour?
Yeah. That was in chat for the Galaxy CM. Say it again.
Thank you. Nothing much, actually. Why?
Okay, I'm gonna call you on Discord if you're free.
Okie dokie.
All right.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
W's in the chat for Alicia for the 2. Oh, you follow me on IG? Okay, I'm gonna go check that out. W's in chat, Alicia. W's in chat for Kaylee for the 1. I watched Sinners for the first time the other day. I loved it. Have you seen it yet? If so, thoughts. Thank you for kicking that ass. Thank you for kicking ass. Yes. I've absolutely watched Sinners. It was amazing. It was a masterful movie. Absolutely amazing. I loved it. Thank you. I feel like this guy's been up before. His voice sounds familiar. Maybe. He wasn't good at this shit though. Like that's the most interesting part to all of this. W's in the chat for TIME for the $5 super chat to say, yep. YouTubers literally blocked me from commenting as a trans man. Memes are gross. I'm so confused as far as what you're talking about. What happened? YouTubies? I don't know who that is. Holy smokes. W's in the chat for Ash for the $5 Canadian say, all love Santana. Thank you for staying active, educating. A lot of people miss the active part and helping these fools get it. I appreciate you. I don't know if we're helping anyone get it. I feel like they're just not trying to. I feel like they aren't. I feel like they're not. I feel like they're not trying to. W's in the chat for Manders for the 1 cheered bit. Yeah, no, for real. Like the way that people have to understand, like the different words that are being used for different things. W's in chat for Manders for the additional 1 cheer bit. Yeah, no, like I can't let people crash out over me. Not me. W's in chat for 1 mighty pen for sending out 5 YouTube subscriptions. Let's fucking go. And then W's in the chat for 1 mighty pen who sent the 1 cheer bit. You got 58 followers on Kick. Sit out. You meant shout out to, yeah, shout out to Harry. I saw Harry like putting in work over Kick. Like Harry has been letting people know, like, kick is where we need to be. Like Harry has been on it when it comes to kick. W's in the chat for Harry. W's in the chat for Harry for kick. I truly, truly mean that. W's in the chat for all the donos, guys. I have to go get a haircut. I have to go get a haircut, and I'm nervous about going to get a haircut because, like, I don't play about my barbers. Right? And I'm going to someone that I've never gone to before. But I didn't have time to get a haircut before I left. So I'm a little worried. You said I thought I get, yes, I get a haircut every week. I tell you guys this all the time. I get a haircut every week. Once a week, I get a haircut. And so, yeah. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Sorry, didn't mean to join.
Okay. All good. Yeah, so I get a haircut every single week. And yeah. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. But we'll see. Where do you get your grapes? They always look so green. I got these from what store did we go to? I didn't get these from Costco. I don't think I got them from Whole Foods either. I can't remember, honestly. Usually I get my grapes from Whole Foods. I can't remember where we got these from though. Let's see. How many times would you guys say that the actual live lagged out? They want to know how many times did it drop during this this stream. How many times would you guys say that it lagged out? Purple said 15 to 20. That I kind of want to use that number because I'm dramatic as fuck. I'm gonna say at least 10 times. No bullshit. Like if they can't fix this Wi-Fi, I gotta leave this Airbnb. Like I can't be here and the Wi-Fi isn't working. Like this is bad. Deb's in chat for Joseph for the 10 that said, I get a haircut every 15 days, counting myself. Only 5 people ever cut my hair. Barber loyalty is huge for me, right? You know what's funny? I forgot to tell my barber that I was traveling. And then he texted me, he was like, I should charge you a no-show fee. I said, oh shit, I forgot to tell you I wasn't gonna be here. It's lagging right now. I fucking hate this shit. I fucking hate this shit so bad. This is so fucking frustrating. I'm gonna start looking for another Airbnb. They're gonna have to give me a refund. That was in chat for Jonathan for the $6.54. Thanks for kicking the dude. Same folks here in the UK don't claim them. I find it genuinely baffling that people in the UK have no idea of our own history and devastating effects we had on other nations through colonization. Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna have to, like, I gotta find another Airbnb. This shit isn't gonna work for me. Like, this is horrible. This is horrible. Holy fuck, this is so bad. This is so fucking frustrating. All right, the barber shop is 20 minutes from here. I can, if there's one other person that wants to come up and debate, we can do one more debate. I got time for one more debate. I got time for one more. If anyone wants to come up. Are there so many Bibles in it? Yeah, there's so many different Bibles in this Airbnb. And then I fucking forgot how hot it is in the South. Like, it is grossly hot. Am I doing another Surrounded? Yeah. I already filmed it. We're already filmed. I'm just gonna hop off. Hopefully we can figure something out with this Wi-Fi. If not, I don't know, I'll look for another place because I can't keep doing this. I cannot keep doing this.
You stepped in a box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats to get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah.
W's in the chat for the chat. W's in the chat for the chat. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This has been a fuck ass couple of days, and it's so frustrating. And I promise you, I'm gonna try to figure it out because this isn't fun. This is not enjoyable to like not be able to actually do what we do. So I'll figure it out. Debbie's in the chat for test for the $20 donation for portable Wi-Fi. Go to the store. Wait. Does anyone else use a portable Wi-Fi? Does anyone else use portable Wi-Fi? I don't know if that would even be feasible because of the amount of actual data we use while streaming. I don't even know if that would be feasible. Because I've looked at the amount of data that I use, and then I don't think, because it's not just it's not just like my laptop. I got 2 laptops. I got 2 laptops, 2 phones, and an iPad.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna try and I can't dox myself. I'm with Verizon, but I like go into the store and I ask for the little portable hotspot, and it's a monthly charge for however much usage you need. But we use it when we're traveling or when we're doing stuff with our booster club, so we can run our Square thing. And it works great because we're in like this metal box that has no signal. Even though the stadium there has got Wi-Fi, we can't log into it because there is no signal. So we take our hotspot, it connects, it runs, it's solid the whole time.
Yeah, but then and someone just jumped in what I was about to say. There's also a difference between like just using that versus streaming on it.
Yeah, and then there's also I'm seeing some people saying Starlink. So we have Starlink at our I know I don't like Elon, but like it's the only thing that will work here at our house because we're so rural, and with how many devices we have so many here. But like, it's worth it. I mean,
the frustrating thing though is like I always pick Airbnb specifically that has access to like good Wi-Fi. Like I do this on purpose. Like I pay more for the Airbnb in order to have good Wi-Fi. That's why this shit is so frustrating.
Oh, that would make me mad. Yeah, I feel for you on that. But please, would you do us all a big favor? Stop apologizing so much. It's overdone. Don't apologize too much. Just once or twice. We understand you're frustrated, but you're good. You're good. We love it. We love you.
Love you too, Tess. Thank you for that.
All right. Take care, babe.
Have a good one. I don't know. Anyway, let's go.
Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed.
Guys, thank you. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow or something. I don't know. Thank you for all the gifts, taps, likes, shares. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being absolutely amazing. I love you all, and as always, peace.